said, this Bachelor of Arts and Science and Technology with Honors program is one of the new transdisciplinary programs to be launched by our university. And Professor Zhang already said the first point I want to make, right? Why we go transdisciplinary. Now, two main motivations. First, there is increasingly complex challenges our humankind face today. If you just think of the crisis we're in right now, which I think all of us feel even more pressingly in the past few weeks. So this pandemic, right, raises a lot of problems, and to address them, it will not only require scientific knowledge and technological innovations, right, which are very important, right? We really need to know more about the virus. We need to have a better information technology, for example, for tracing purposes. But we also need a lot of careful and deep ethical, legal, political analysis and policy innovations. And all this needs to be done in a cultural, historical, and social contexts. So we really need to have a lot of transdisciplinary collaborations to address these complex problems. Now, transdisciplinary literally just means cross boundaries between different disciplines. And if you look at the 17 Sustainable Development Goals proposed by the United Nations, right? Every one of them, right, they will require such a collaboration across disciplines and with stakeholders from very different industries. So we think that we need a lot of talents, right? We need specialists, but we also need a lot of talents who are already trained in that fashion, in a transdisciplinary fashion, to facilitate, to coordinate such very important collaborations. So this is the first motivation. Complex problem solving needs this. And a second motivation is often made observation these days, right? The job markets are going to be increasingly fast changing, constantly evolving. So if we actually take a look at, for example, the Future of Jobs report, the latest version issued by the World Economic Forum. So back in 2020, after pandemic has started, right, there are a lot of interesting observations, insights, and predictions, right, in that report. So this is just one example. I mean, many similar analyses, right, have been issued by different organizations or policy institutes. Now, for example, figure one, I just took that out of the report. The very first figure is an issue all of us, I mean, including you, I'm sure, have heard about often these days, right? The issue of automation and further development of AI to disrupt our traditional job markets. Right? What kind of jobs actually are at a high risk being replaced by automation? And this issue, of course, is related to a lot of predictions about in near future, and maybe even right now, right? We have frequent needs to reskill and upskill ourselves in order to develop our career. So in order to have these abilities, right, to fast, actively reskill, upskill. Now this reskilling and upskilling refer to domain-specific skills. Right? In order to actually do that quickly, to update ourselves, right, we need transferable skills, domain general skills. Right? So this is another prediction from this report, the top 10 most demanded skills in 2025. And as you can see, right, most of them, for example, analytical thinking, innovation, active learning and learning strategies, complex problem solving, and if you go down, including technology use, that kind of general skills that are transferable will be very important in the future and right now, in fact. So why transdisciplinary? Because transdisciplinary education is particularly apt for that purpose. Right? The key features of transdisciplinary education will be the following. Right? It will be problem-oriented, solution-based, So that's really what transdisciplinary research initially meant. It's meant to be focusing on real problems and try to solicit all the relevant resources from different fields, right, to come up with adequate solutions. So as a result, right, this kind of education will be so-called authentic. Authentic learning is an important concept in education. It refers to education in the context of the real world, right? Having the real world issues, challenges, and problems in mind. So it will be contextualized to real situations. And of course, transdisciplinary must involve multiple disciplinary perspectives, right? Make one with a wider horizon and more flexibility. And very importantly, right, transdisciplinary education emphasizes integration of knowledge and skills. Right? This is one distinction it has from merely taking courses in different disciplines. Right? The emphasis is really, in the end, has a top-level integration of this diverse knowledge and skills. So with these features, the crucial abilities we want to cultivate are abilities for problem solving and is to address complex problems, even very global challenges, as we just mentioned. And another ability crucial for your future development is active and fast learning, right? To keep updating one's toolboxes and the knowledge base. And thirdly, critical and creative thinking, right? This will be greatly facilitated by having a wide range of perspectives from different disciplines. And then the ability to have a cross-boundary, including cross-disciplinary boundary and also cross-cultural boundary collaborations. So that's why we go transdisciplinary in some of our new programs. So these are the 4 new undergraduate programs to be launched here, and they are all funded by UGC. And the particular one we're going to talk about today, focus on today, right, is this transdisciplinary and at the same time personalized pathway program. Just saying, why personalized? Because it fits very well with the beloved slogan and the inspiration of our university, right? BU is to be unique. Of course, more specifically, here are some of the attractions of this program. It will be student-centered, right? It will actually involve a lot of self-design of the curriculum, and it will be interest-driven, right? Driven by students' own genuine interest and passion, and mission-driven, right? For students who really want to contribute to solving a real-world problem. And it will involve a lot of opportunities, right? More opportunities than usual to participate in real projects. And it promotes active learning. It trains self-management, right? Self-management is regarded as one of the, again, crucial temperaments to be successful in the future. So in particular, in our design of this program, let me highlight 2 distinctive features. One is that there will be a substantial component of co-designed coursework, co-designed by the student himself or herself with academic advisors. And the co-designed coursework is to fit a personal goal and the need. One advantage of this is that students in this program will have access to all courses at Hong Kong BU. Meaning that, right, depending on your needs and your goals, right, you will be allowed to take any course in this university, and will ensure that since we don't have a big cohort, we have the luxury to ensure that you have access to every such course you are interested in, and your advisors think that you need that. Another component, also very unique to this program, is progressive sequence of solution-based learning modules featuring cycles of problem solving under the guidance of professors and external specialists. So this is a progressive sequence. We'll go from relatively simple problems and then to more complex problems, culminating in a final year project. Okay, now to give you a general picture of what I just said, right? You can think of this program as having two main parts, right? One part is this solution-based learning modules actually going from year 1 to year 4. So at the very beginning, you already have the opportunity to engage with some real problem-solving projects. You will be matched with a professor and at least one professor. Sometimes it's actually two professors to guide you through this exciting process. And another part, of course, is coursework. But in this coursework part, besides some foundation courses and some university requirements, again, we try to make that kind of requirement minimal in this program. So that's a distinctive feature of this program. University requirements will be quite minimal compared to other programs. And in this coursework part, right, there's this big chunk, 36 units. We call it personalized knowledge and skills. So this part, actually, you have a lot of input and lot of control of this part yourself, right? It's a self-designed, or you may say co-designed coursework in this program. And also, you also have the usual free electives. So this program, the keywords are flexibility and customized, personalized. So another thing I want to mention is that, right, each student, so the university will put in a lot of resources to this program. So each student in this program will, from the very beginning, match to a primary advisor and oftentimes also a co-advisor. So who will guide the student in designing the curriculum. So this will be oftentimes a one-to-one education experience. And another thing I want to add is you also will have the opportunity, right? If you prefer, you can discuss this with your advisor to design your program in such a way that after 2 years of study, you can declare a major of your interest. And you can also take advantage of the free electives to study for a minor program, right? So again, there is a lot of flexibility in this personalized pathway program. So while career opportunities, we're all very concerned about this. And in our planning stage, we consulted professionals and experts from a lot of industries, a lot of fields, including, for example, social enterprises, NGOs, non-governmental organizations, some professionals from consulting companies, from tech companies, think tanks, policy institutes, and experts from public health sector and from cultural industries. Now, let me just report to you, right? We're very glad to find there are these convergent views that this kind of training, if done right, will produce graduates that are very likely to be adaptable, resourceful, and innovative. Because of that, they can actually fit into a wide range of professions, right? Including all these fields we have consulted, right? All of them are very enthusiastic about the prospect of the graduates from this program. And another view is that they're likely to take on multiple careers, which will be a trend, right, in the future. And very importantly, they're likely to be competitive in jobs or industries that haven't yet appeared, according to many reports, right? Most of the jobs we're going to see in the future haven't yet appeared at the moment. So a lot of emerging jobs are going to happen. And also, the university will also provide support for some students who are interested and have feasible plans to launch startups, for example. So that's a salient possibility as well. And for students who wish to further go to postgraduate studies, right? We expect a lot of transdisciplinary programs that will come up at the postgraduate level as well. So they will be very competitive for that. Okay, let me go on to just emphasize this. HKBU is now in a good position to launch this ambitious program because it has been for years that we emphasize social innovation on the one hand and the transdisciplinary research on the other. So in our university, there are actually now 6 university level transdisciplinary labs, and which involve a lot of faculty members from different disciplines. For example, I'm a philosopher by training, but I'm actually part of the artificial intelligence lab. So this atmosphere will make your learning experience here very unique and exciting. And as some of you probably know, right, we're going to soon have this Jockey Club Campus of Creativity finished, which integrates into a village we call CARE, Creative Arena. Sorry. And also a Jockey Club Creative Hub. So all this we hope will contribute to the best kind of student experience. So it's going to be an exciting time to study at BU. So I think I will finish my presentation about the program here.